Hey y'all, I'm Jen and this is Sassy Southern NC Girl, and I am here to do a couple of collabs and talk to you guys about where I've been and some stuff going on with me and some stuff coming up. So this is hashtag Deck the Year 2025, which is an open collaboration hosted by my friend Penny from Penny's Crafty Creations, and I'm also going to use this as a shout out to Mary Ellen at Mary Ellen's Crafts and Halls, maybe? I always get her name messed up, but y'all know Mary Ellen. And this is her hashtag Project Share Thursday. And I'm also going to talk to you guys about where I've been. So, those of you that have been around for a while know that my son plays soccer. He's a senior this year. It used to be super duper busy because he played club and high school at the same time. But this year we took a break from club. Well, we didn't take a break. What we did was switch clubs. So the club that he plays with now is on the schedule with the high school. So they play in the winter. They start playing in the winter instead of the fall, after high school season's over. So that's new. So I'm not super busy with that, but I've been having some health issues, and it was very unexpected. So I've been dealing with that, among other things. And so yeah, that's kind of what's been going on of why I hadn't been here. Honestly, I've been really tired, and I've had doctor appointments. Actually stayed home from work yesterday. For those of you that might remember that have been here for a while, I have diverticulitis, which is a stomach ailment in my intestines where I get flare-ups occasionally. It's a little bit on the level of Crohn's, but not as bad, I think, because I don't always have it. Like I could have had one flare-up in my lifetime and then never had another one. Unfortunately, that's not the card I've been dealt. I've actually had quite a few flare-ups, and nothing specific ever causes it. They just kind of happen. I can't ever pinpoint like something in particular triggering them or anything like that. So I don't really know why I get them as frequently as I do, but it's kind of like if you've ever had period cramps. It's kind of like that on steroids, but it's a lot of cramping, a lot of pain, aching in my abdomen. It can also trigger nausea, very loose bowel movements. Sorry if that's a little TMI, but it can cause stuff like that. And the pain is very hard to manage when it happens. I do have a medication that I take that sometimes helps, but not always. And so yesterday was one of those days where I just couldn't really deal with it. So the best thing for me to do, and my boss did offer to let me work from home. I did not have my laptop, so I was going to have to go get it. And honestly, I just felt like I just wanted to sleep and not feel the pain. So that's what I did, because in addition to that, I also have bursitis in both, not just one, but both of my elbows. So that's fun. Y'all might remember I mentioned that I was having a lot of pain in my elbow and my fingers, and the doctor said that the pain in my fingers was likely from osteoarthritis, which, never goes away. So that's kind of something I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. But in addition to that, I was having severe elbow pain, and so they scheduled me an x-ray, and the x-ray found that I have bursitis in both elbows. It is significantly worse in my left elbow, but it is also still present in the right. And as a result, I'm having this pain. So they referred me to occupational therapy. I had my first appointment on Monday, and oops, oh my gosh, and starting next week I'm going to be seeing them twice a week for 4 weeks, and then at the end of the 4 weeks they're going to reevaluate. And he told me that if I am not seeing any improvement at the end of 2 months, he's going to go ahead and refer me to orthopedics, and they're going to try injections, cortisone injections. And I am very familiar with that because my father had to have those in his shoulders. He had bursitis in his shoulder, which he ultimately ended up having surgery for. And then, you know, over the course of all of that, he, what we think happened, basically he got addicted to his painkillers, took too much medicine, and ultimately his liver ended up failing, which ended up ending his life prematurely. He died in 2009, and I do not want that to happen to me. So I am hoping that they can alleviate this pain. It is on the same level as the pain I was having in my back, unfortunately, which is not a good thing. But you know, it is what it is. We're gonna do what we can to hopefully get rid of it. I also had a splint made for me. They made it right there. They formed it to my arm, and I'm going to put my arm in here. It goes from here to here, and it's essentially to keep my arm stretched out, because the way he explained it to me is what's causing that pain is lack of blood flow when I'm sleeping, because you know, when you sleep you tend to bend your arms and stuff, especially he said if you're a like a side sleeper, which I am. I sleep on my left side primarily, which he said does not have anything to do with why my my left side is worse than my right. But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really just not liking this. So I'm trying to decide if I want to cover it with something. He said that that's not really affecting my like the pain being worse. He said it doesn't. He said it could be, but he said it's not necessarily. So I don't know. I don't really know. But I did try the splint for a couple of nights, and honestly it hurts worse wearing the splint, so I'm gonna have to talk to him about that next week. It was actually kind of excruciating, to be honest. And so yeah, I'm not, I think I'm gonna try, I'm gonna fussy cut her out. I'm definitely gonna have to talk to him about that. He did actually give me a recommendation for the pain in my fingers, which was super nice of him because I didn't go to him for that. But he told me that I can, he said heat is like my best friend for arthritis. So if any of you guys are out there suffering with arthritis pain, and nobody's told you how to manage it. He told me that heat is like my best friend, and he actually even told me that if I get one of those machines with the paraffin wax for like your hands and your feet and your elbows, that I can get that and dip my hands in the paraffin wax and even my elbows. It would probably help once or twice, you know, as often as I need to for pain. He said that it would give me a lot of relief. So I am looking into getting me one of those machines, because I definitely need some kind of relief. I'm trying to figure out, I think I'm just going to put her down on here, and then I think I'm going to put, so I shared this in the haul I posted earlier today. These roses, I think I might put one of these roses in the background, and then put her down. So I'm thinking, even though she really blends into that darkness, I kind of like it. But anyway, that is, oh, you know, I forgot that the back of this, I'm wondering, I'm wondering if I want to change it to this with her in the background. That might be better, actually. Let's do that. The paraffin wax things are kind of pricey on Amazon. The best one that I saw, the cheapest, best one that had the best reviews was like 150 bucks. But it did come with quite a few things of the paraffin wax and like gloves and like different stuff. So I'm weighing. I also thought about seeing if there's a way my doctor can get it for me. Since I have track hair, I know sometimes they can prescribe stuff like that. I know I had a coworker, she's since retired, but I had a coworker that used to be in the military, and so she had VA benefits, and she ended up getting them to approve one of those for her arthritis. So I'm thinking, I see my doctor on Monday, so I'm thinking about asking him. I'm seeing him for something else, but I'm sincerely thinking about asking him about that to see what his thoughts are, or if I should just go ahead and try to buy it. And also, I finally got my referral today in the mail for the dermatologist, so I'm going to call them tomorrow to get an appointment scheduled for that, so I can make sure that it's actually healing up now. It was right there. You can kind of see, well, you can't really see, but yeah, you can kind of see right there. There's like a white spot where the spot was. It's kind of healing up now, so I guess I'm hoping it was nothing and now it's going away, but I'm still going to get it checked. And I need to get my other moles checked anyway. So I'm going to get that taken care of and out of the way, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that's what I've been dealing with, y'all. And some days the pain is bearable and sometimes it's not. And that, you know, that's just part of my life. And, you know, I've been dealing with chronic pain for a really long time. For those of you that have been around since before I had my back surgery, you know, I've had a lot of stuff going on, but, you know, we keep on keeping on, right? Okay, I like that much better. So other than that, we still have a few more weeks of soccer, hopefully. We have 3 more games. However, one of them is after the 1st of October, and for those of y'all that don't know, if you're new here, I am an Army wife. My son does go to a Department of Defense high school, and so if the government should shut down, both my husband and myself are employed by the government, and so our income will be put on hold. My son, all his soccer stuff will cease, and his season will be over, which would be really, really sad, since this is his senior year. So I'm praying really hard that doesn't happen, that they get it together and approve a budget, or approve an extension at least to get him through his... honestly, I really hope they approve a budget, because, there's other sports that if they just extend it, it's going to come up again. I don't want that to happen to anybody else's kid. These are so pretty, y'all. I mean, really, really pretty. I really hate to cover up her hair. She's just got beautiful hair. These are gorgeous. Now I wish I'd got another another one of them. But that's okay. It's okay. Now I gotta try to figure out how much of this is gonna hang off. Yeah, you know what? It's okay. If I don't get it all and some of it hangs off, I can wipe it off. I could even heat this up and seal it to the paper. I think Creating with Jovi has done that before. But honestly, if the glue holds it, that's going to be good enough for me, because I don't want this part to melt to anything. That's really, really pretty. I love that. This is going to be a journaling card in my Desmodus, the Romantic Vampire Journal, which I am going to show you it in its entirety before Tuesday, or by Tuesday. It might actually be on Tuesday, because I have a collab on Monday that I need to do, and then I have some other stuff I want to do, but we'll see. Let's see what we want to do. I kind of like You Transfix Me, but I also like these. So this is a quote by Anne Rice. You gave me your immortal kiss. The problem is I'm going to have to really cut those up to make them fit. So I think I'm going to go with You Transfix Me. And by the way, this is a digital kit from Creating with Jovi. I am on her design team. And my September design team project was my Desmodus, the Romantic Vampire Journal. This is a kit that you can get from Jovi. I will link it down in the description box. It's very affordable, but one of the benefits of a digital kit is you can print it as many times as you want. So even though I'm using this on this ATC, I can print it again and use it somewhere else. So that is the magic of a digital kit. And say you're not somebody that junk journals or makes journals, but like you want to do a journal for yourself, you could totally do that. Or you can make any number of things for a swap. Maybe you're doing a Halloween swap. Any of that could apply with this kit. And her prices are super affordable. And she just makes absolutely beautiful kits. And next month, I'm going to give myself a shameless plug. Next month, Jovi created, Jovi and I are doing a collaboration. It's going to last for, I think, 4 weeks in October. It's going to be on Sundays. It's a paper doll collaboration, and she created a kit with me in mind for my hashtag Paper Doll Project 25 collaboration. And some lovely creators are going to join us, and I would love for you guys to also join in the collaboration. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm super excited. So that's a shameless plug to Jovi and myself for October. It's going to be fun. And I'm also going to be in another collaboration in October with Martha from Martha Makes Art and Jennifer from Scrapbooks and Memories. I'm excited about that. And yeah, and I'm going to have another announcement coming this weekend about I am looking for, and I'm just going to kind of briefly announce it here, but I'll talk more about it in another video. Y'all let me know what you think about this. I think it is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I really love how this came out. I had no plans other than I wanted it to be for my journal. I am going to be looking for, I think, 2 people to PR for me. For those of you that have already seen it, I did put out a Halloween kit, journal kit, paper craft kit. I have not sold any of them. And I also have a Christmas kit that I'm going to be releasing in the next week or 2, maybe 3. It's going to be well before Christmas because I want people to be able to get it and use it for Christmas. And a lot of people have already started. So really and truly, I'd like to get it out in the next week or 2. But I'm going to be looking for 2 people to PR for me. You don't have to have a humongous channel. If you have a huge channel, that's all the better. But really what I'm looking for is somebody that has a lot of interaction on their channel and can get my kits out there, especially if I lose my income for a little while. I'm going to need some income. And I'm not going to be putting out kits every month. It's kind of just going to be whenever. So when I don't have a kit, the PR people are going to get like a credit to my shop, and then you can buy whatever you want. Or we can kind of talk about what I have and I can send you. It's probably going to be a $20 or $25 credit. I'm going to be making like journal tags and journal embellishments and cards and actual like little mini cards like you can send in swaps, and I'm going to be making all kinds of stuff because I've got to use up this stuff in my craft room. But then I'll also be destashing stuff, like I'll have like craft supplies and journal supplies in my Ko-Fi shop and in my Etsy shop. So whoever PRs for me is going to be able to get that stuff for free, as long as they're plugging, you know, my Etsy and my Ko-Fi shop. So keep that in mind if you happen to see this and you're interested. I have tons of trims, ribbons. I have, you guys, I have so much stuff in this room. I wish you could even see it. But I've got to get some of this stuff moving, and I think that the only way I'm going to get it moving is with somebody else helping me advertise. I think I might do a live this weekend. If it's not a live, it'll be like a really, really long video destashing a bunch of stuff. I have a lot of stamps, dies, stuff I've made. It's going to be a lot of stuff. I'm going to have maybe 2 videos like that. One will be like the journal craft supply, and then one will be like a planner destash for those of you that plan. So that's some of the stuff that I have planned for the next coming up. I haven't been able to do a lot of crafting, which sucks, but I've got to get this craft room under control, and I've got to get some of this stuff out of here. So that's kind of, my focus is kind of turned to that for now. and then I can, you know, go back. Not to say I'm not going to create, you guys, but it's definitely slowed down. And I also want to do some more giveaways. I haven't done a giveaway in a minute, so that's going to be coming up as well. But I just really, really, really want to get back to doing what I love, which is crafting and creating and, you know, sharing my life with you guys, sharing, you know, everything. So I hope you guys will stick around for the ride. I hope you're excited. If you have any ideas or suggestions, I would love to hear them. But my goal is to get back to getting a video out every day, regardless of what that is. But I also want it to be about, you know, me being me, and doing what I love, which I pretty much do. But I want to get back to some of the things that I used to do that brought me joy that I haven't really been able to do for a while. But let me know what you think of my journal card. I think it turned out really super pretty. And I'm looking forward to finishing this journal because it is absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah, I have been really chatty. I'm sorry for those of you that don't like that, but that's who I am. I kind of chit-chat quite a bit. So, I guess you either have to kind of deal with it or not. Or maybe this isn't the place for you. But I will see you guys in the next one. Keep it sassy. Bye, y'all.